11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a fight! I think Fernando won it.
Juan, the Hispanic causing panic, Lascano.
Ladies and gentlemen, D-Style Boxing here. All right, thanks to those joining me live and to those that be joining me on the archive. If you're listening on the archive, hit the like button. It helps support the channel, right? And all that good stuff. Look, at the end of the day, I have a lot I want to say. First of all, I want to thank Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos because I've been going through a lot of shit, bro. Like I couldn't sleep, like I had like the eyes like from the insomnia. That's why I wasn't on camera. I was having rough days. I just couldn't sleep. I had to go to work. I was like a zombie, bro. Things just weren't working out for me. I was just suffering. You know what I mean? I couldn't sleep. And then I watched that fight, and I went smooth. Like I knocked the fuck. I was out. You know what I mean? Like, these dudes cured my insomnia, right? As I watched this fight, I just, like, passed out. Like, I got knocked out. Everybody said there wasn't going to be a knockout. I was out, right? Let me tell you, every household that watched that fight had a good night's rest last night, right? Okay, a lot of people watched that fight. All right, because man, I was ready to go see a doctor, get on sleeping pills, and all that. I don't want to do all that shit. You know what I mean? But De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson did me a favor, put my ass to sleep. I was out. They had to wake me up. You know what I mean? I had 3 alarms to wake me up, and I felt good at work today. Thank you, Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos, for curing me of my insomnia, for helping me get a good night's rest, because you knocked me the fuck out, right? Cal, his son was watching the fights with him. His son went to bed early. You know what I mean? You know, so it is what it is. Like you know, parents that want to put the kids to bed early, they had to watch that Norman fight against Randall, like another boring ass fight. You know, get the kids to bed early and everything. So anyway, And I have more to say about Navarette and Concha Cal. Shout out to those 2 warriors. Great fight. But right now, I'm not going to talk about them. It is what it is. I want to talk about a ridiculous narrative that's been going on in this community for good shit since its inception, right? Since 2009, bro, I've been hearing nothing like 2008. I've been hearing the whole, oh man, it's his fault because he didn't cut off the ring. Blame him, right? Like everyone always blames one of the dudes for not cutting off the ring, and no one talks to the motherfucker being negative as fuck. And I've been on here hammering this point home. Dudes argue with me. Now they changed positions now they're like runners all of a sudden. Good. I'm glad you had to change your heart, a lot of you out there, but boy, were you arguing for death. They didn't like it when I put up the term negative. Negative. They say negative. And now they don't like boring ass fighters. Now they don't like fighters that put you to sleep. Good. Okay, because we've all been there before, right? I used to say the same stupid ass shit back in 2009. Well, you should have cut off the ring. Well, I used to do that dumb shit too, right? But then I grew out of it, and I say, you know what? Time's precious. We only live once. I don't want to spend my days being bored. Like what the fuck is this? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So De Los Santos Stevenson was a trash fight. Let me just put that out there. According to CompuBox, since they've been recording CompuBox statistics, the least amount of punches landed in a 12-round fight. Well, I don't know if they said 12-round championship fight, just 12-round fight. I'll have to clarify that. But nonetheless, either way, atrocious. Terrible fight. Right? You have to be an asshole to come out and, oh, I love that fight. Oh, man, I was entertained with that. Woo! I love it. Like, you are a liar if you're saying that. I'm sorry. I don't even want to hear it. Okay? All the people that don't do it because, they don't appreciate sweet sauce. It's like it's time, okay, to get off your fucking high horse. All right? It's time. What are we doing here? Let's not play pretend. Let's stop acting like the shit's exciting to watch. It's not. All right? But these style, you should know the style matchup. You should appreciate what they do because you should know Steven's not going to come and fight like Navarette. I didn't say he has to fight like Navarette. I just need him to fight. That's all I need. What do you don't like? It's one thing to be Navarette, like in terms of entertainment value. That's one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing to break CompuBox records for negativity. All right? There's Navarette, and then there's CompuBox records for negativity. All right? So all I'm saying is, can you not break the record for negativity in a fucking boxing fight? Like, can we just not do that? Please? Let me say hi to the chat really quick. Shout out to you guys. Jesus Sam in the building. Always supporting. Shout out to you, brother. How you doing? All right. We got Chicano Prophet here. We got Andrade Rodriguez, Joe D-Style, sitting in the bar in Germany, navigating on YouTube, seeking for a reaction, Shakur and his peers. And you're online. Unfortunately, I can't listen a thing because it's a man. Clown me for not knowing how to pronounce that. Is what it is. I know that's but I got you. A bar in Germany. All right. JC, how's it going? We got a veterano on here. Shout out to you. And Sports Archives, how you doing? All that good stuff. Remy in the building now. How's it going, Remy? Hit the like button, guys. That's all I ask. A little like. And if you're watching in secret, like I know a lot of you do, just hit the dislike button. Nobody needs to know you're hitting the dislike button. No one even has to know. You could tell your friends, like, when you call and, like, you're like, oh, fuck that guy, D-Style. Fuck that mother. I don't even know his name. When you're talking shit, just, they don't need to know you hit the like button. It's all good, okay? But check it out. Let's talk about, let's talk about this narrative we've been hearing about, like, because it's coming out now, right? Some Shakur Stevenson fans are coming out, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, a lot of you are going to scoff. And you're going to say, well, what's the matter with you? But I'm still a fan of Shakur. I do think he was injured. I think he'll make up for the performance. But we have to keep it real. This was a trash performance, right? In fact, he apologized to Floyd Mayweather for his trash performance. Not to the fans, but that's whatever. He could do whatever he wants, right? But here's the thing. The fight was trash, and it was trash because it was trash. And Stevenson fought a very negative fight, very negative. But we have some Stevenson fans coming out saying, no, this is the fault of homeboy over here. You know what I mean? This is the fault of this dude over here. It's De Los Santos' fault. De Los Santos' fault only. He's only to blame because he should have cut off the ring. What are we doing? What sport? Like, what do you guys think this is supposed to be? Like, well, what do you think this is? This isn't like basketball where somebody has the ball for the offense and it's your job to stop the ball from going to the basket. So you're playing defense now. You know what I mean? And then if they score, you get the rebound. Now they play defense, or like, you know what I mean? It's their turn to serve, so you get ready for the serve, right? Like, I'm not understanding where in the rules it says that if a guy decides that he doesn't want to engage, that it is now like your job to go catch him and cut off the ring. And I've been very consistent about this for years. All right? Can somebody point to me where it says you must cut it? Now it's the onus is on you to go catch this dude like you're fucking Wile E. Coyote and he's me, the fucking Roadrunner, right? Now it's fucking Tom and Jerry now. And hey, if you don't catch Tom or who's Tom and who's Jerry? I don't remember. I haven't watched that shit in years. I think Tom is the mouse, right? Let's say he is, whatever. My show, Tom is the mouse. Fuck it, right? If you're running, so now Jerry needs to go catch you? And if he doesn't catch you, it's his fault we're not catching you? What are we doing here? Look, what is this? Who decides that guy gets to be negative? And so now you got to go get him. You cut off. By the way, people don't even know what the fuck cutting off the ring is. Go cut off the ring. They think cutting off the ring is like, you know, like go like if he's running like fight the cutoff section and cut him off from running and force him to fight. Like they don't even know what the fuck it means. Like, I don't understand what the fuck's going on here. I did see De Los Santos when Stevenson stepped this way, he stepped this way. When Stevenson stepped this way, he stepped this way. Left, right, whatever, right? I did see him keep up with the footwork. I did, right? I did see him try the initiative at times. Not enough. And I'm not, believe me, I'm not like saying De Los Santos did everything he could either. I'm not. I think they're both to blame. Okay? But at the end of the day, if you put all the onus, but this is bigger than that fight. This comes down to the narrative that is, he didn't cut off the ring, therefore it's his fault. That is a bunch of horse shit. That's what that is. Okay? Period. A fight is about engagement. That's not a fight. That's literally what a fight is. Have you ever heard of fight or flight? Since when is flight part of a fight, and therefore the one that wants to fight needs to go catch the one doing the fighting, right? And force him to fight. Well, he didn't cut out the ring and made him fight, so it's his fault. What are we talking about? This is an excuse people have been making for negative fighters for years. That's what this is, okay? Like, they know that the fight's boring. They know nobody liked what the fuck they saw, so they want to put the onus on the guy that he just fought and blame him. It's his fault. He didn't cut off the ring. Should have cut off the ring. What are we doing? And here's the worst part. And somebody mentioned it earlier. Demetrio, how's it going, brother? Boxing Magic, how's it going, brother? Bruce Goss and more, how's it going to you? Sporting Archives in the building as well. Glad to have you guys here. Glad you're here. Look, all bullshit aside, guys. All right? I've given this analogy before, and I want you to like really pay attention to what I'm saying. Right? If you're on a date, right? And you're on your way to the restaurant where you made reservations. You're holding hands with her. Some dude walks by, right? And slaps her in the ass. Loud slap, like it echoes. You know what I mean? Like just disrespect. Just slaps her ass. are you going to turn around and do this? What the fuck you doing, huh? What the fuck? You remember how Shakur was talking to fuck you up and like, right? Hey, babe, go over there, right? I'm going to fuck this dude up right now. I'm going to defend your honor, right? The guy goes, well, what are you going to do? And then you start running away. You start like, you don't engage, but you're like, and then you try to hit him, and then you run, and then he's chasing you between the cars, and he can't catch you, right? But he's running after you. You know what I mean? You go under the car and shit, and you're like, what? Right? And you do that, right? And the guy gets frustrated. Fuck this dude, and he leaves, right? You're really gonna look at your girl. You're really gonna look at it and be like, oh, I just defended your fucking honor right now, huh? You see, he could have cut off the parking lot. He could have catch me. He could have cut off the parking lot on me. He couldn't touch me. I slapped him. You see, when I slapped him, pop, and I got out of the way really quick. Yeah, pop, and I got out of the way. You see when I got between those two cars, he couldn't get in there. You see how I did that? And it's even worse because in boxing, when De Los Santos would catch up to him, Shakur hold, right, with the only purpose serving the following. The ref breaks it up immediately and starts him from jump all over again. What are we doing? Why is a fighter allowed to hold just for the purpose of the ref to come in, break it off, and it will start from a distance again? What are we doing? No, you initiated the hold. Now you deal with the consequences of the holding. All right? This is why I did the video the other day. If we want to have clinch fighting in boxing, right? I would be okay with it if it was a universal rule and all the refs applied that rule, right? So if you start holding, the other fighter gets to hold you, he gets to punch you with his free arm and all that. It's up to you to get out of that fucking clinch, especially if you initiated it. But unfortunately, we have a sport, right, where we know it's difficult to cut distance on a guy like Shakur as it is, right? And when you finally cut distance on him, he could hold you, and then the ref comes in, he does a hookup, right? Stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, what the fuck is going on? Of course, that benefits the outboxer. Because it's hard to cut distance. When you finally cut distance, all he has to do is hold, and the ref immediately breaks it up, right? And then you start from a distance again. That's what this ref did. But I see other boxing matches where guys are allowed to hold and hit it with a free arm, and because that referee specifically allows that to happen in a clinch. So we need to decide what the fuck do we want here. You're asking the guy to cut off the ring. I know what you mean by that. What you mean by that is, okay, what you think it means is, this is what people think cutting off the ring means. He's running, so therefore, okay, find a shortcut to get to his destination sooner than he does so he can meet you face to face, right? That's what you guys think cutting off the ring is. But it's not a boxer's job to go chase his opponent and force him to fight. It isn't. Both fighters should be engaging in fighting. Both of them. Don't bring me, because you don't understand the sweet side. You don't understand the sweet. I know what the fuck y'all talking about. Pernell Whitaker stood in front of his opponents and threw combinations. Yes, he would move. He would use the ring. Yes. But you know what else Pernell Whitaker had? Pernell Whitaker had fights where he landed over 400 punches. So don't even bring up that name. Please. And the whole point of defense is, it's making a miss. Well, how about you make them pay? Damage. That's what we're supposed to be. That's the whole point. We're there to watch a fight. We're not there to see if somebody could catch Shakur Stevenson. I didn't know this was Tom and Jerry, right? I didn't know, right? Halloween just happened. I guess If it was on Halloween, De Los Santos would have a Wile E. Coyote suit, right? And Shakur Stevenson would have had a Roadrunner suit on. But in this case, when Jerry does catch in boxing, when Jerry does catch Tom, and when the Wile E. Coyote catches a Roadrunner, right? Well, here comes a ref. Just breaks it up. Like, it's unbelievable. This is crazy. If Shakur Stevenson wasn't allowed to hold like that just for the purpose the ref could immediately break it off, it probably would still be a boring fight, but it would have been more interesting. It would have been a little more exciting because he wouldn't be allowed to do that, okay? Because there was times where De Los Santos did break the distance, right, or cut the distance, right, and immediately that's retarded ass shit that's allowed in boxing, right? Hold and then immediately with no war. Like I don't get why this is allowed. I just don't get it. I don't. All right. Shout out to Lennox was best. Shushan in the building. Hash and Face Boxing. How's it going? Nikita Twitterson. I heard him say that. I know I saw Carl A in the building. Ivan Mora. Mark Nash here. Shadow Ghost, how is it going? Yeah, a lot of flinching, a lot of fainting, a lot like I get that's part of the game, and fainting is part of it. But my God, they broke a record the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like they broke a record for the least amount of punches landed, guys, in a 12-round fight. I'm not asking for Gotti versus Ward. I'm just asking you to engage. And let me explain engagement. Engagement does not mean rock'em sock'em or trading punches or not being defensive. Okay? People think avoiding engagement is defense. No, that's not what defense is at all, actually. All right? That's not defense. Avoiding the fight is not defense. All right? Slipping punches, blocking shots, right? Yes, using your feet to get out of the way. Of course, that's defense. But avoiding engagement and stalling action, stalling the fight, is not defense. I repeat, it isn't defense, right? For a whole fight, these guys are doing what fighters were really only known for doing, like in the 12th round, when they got the fight in the bag. So they kind of go in boxing's version of prevent defense, and just kind of like Mayweather did against Robert Guerrero, just circles the ring and avoids a complete engagement so he doesn't put himself in any danger. And, like he already won 11 rounds, so I'm good to go, right? Like that's what, like, it's avoiding engagement. It's not defense. We need rules in play in this damn sport to force engagement, right? NCAA wrestling has rules against stalling now, and it made the wrestling far more exciting. It incentivized takedowns more so than it did before. Takedowns are exciting, so they incentivize wrestlers to do it more. We need to start incentivizing fighters to engage, okay? I like how they have effective aggressiveness. You know what we need? Defense while engaging. How about we just at that? Right? Why is everything offensive so strict? They're so strict about it. It has to be to the T. But when it comes to defense, nobody is strict about that. Fuck that shit. Right? We need engagement rules. Right? We just do. Shakur, yeah, you keep holding every time he gets on the inside. The sport needs to decide. Are you going to let that dude fight in the clinch? Are we going to allow him to do that? Or are you going to start not allow it and start warning him for doing it? I can't be the only one that thought to myself, oh shit, De Los Santos is actually inside. And we might see some, he's holding, okay, the referee started the whole thing. What are we doing? What are we doing here? This is stupid. And I gotta keep hearing then, oh, he's got to cut off the ring. He's got to cut off the ring. I'm gonna put a link out if anybody wants to join me. By the way, all right, the link's right there. I gotta put the you gotta cut off the ring. If you don't cut off the ring, I mean, it's on you. It's his fault. It's De Los Santos' fault. I don't blame Shakur. Shakur is the boxer. He's moving. He needs to catch. He like shut up. All right, shit's annoying, bro. Why is it the job of the other boxer to make the other dude fight? That makes no sense. What's up, Pablo Tap? How's it going?
What's up, brother? It's been a minute since I've been on. Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you had problems sleeping like I did throughout the week, but my insomnia got cured last night.
I have terrible insomnia, so I know how you feel.
Did they put you to sleep finally?
No. I mean, it was a dud. It was a dud. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Everyone's gonna have a bad night at least once, you know. But that was a bad night.
Yeah, that was a really bad night. You know what I mean? What's going on, TBH?
What's up? What's happening?
My phone's like dying, but I wanted to come on and say this. Like, defense is important in boxing as far as it sets up boxing. Like, it's boxing. The idea is to hurt the other person. That's your goal. You want to beat the other guy up and get him out of there. So if defense plays into that, then it's well used defense.
For sure. You cut off there. I'm not sure you're done or you cut off.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes when the battery's low, the streamer starts to cut off. Yeah, it's happened. What's up, TBH Cook?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Making sure that there's no echo. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Now, me personally, I want to do a video whenever I can, tonight or whenever. This did not help boxing at all. It did not help boxing at all. I mean, boxing been. There's been some great matchups here and there, but this last month, you know, Showtime being lost to Showtime, Francis Ngannou knocking down, almost beating Fury. Probably should have got the win against Fury, and he's in the WBC, putting him in the top 10. And then, you know, and you're promoting this with Formula One, mind you. And also, too, it's kind of disingenuous to use the Mexican fan base that went out to go see Navarrete, and also to the Formula One people who was there to go watch this bullshit. And here it is, you're watching this fight, and there is literally no engagement. I've never seen, not even the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight that I saw. So not even that fight.
It broke the record, TBH.
That's what I'm saying. This was like as bad as Devin Haney is at stalling. This dude, Shakur, literally ran. And I'm gonna tell you something too about Shakur. He might be a skilled defensive fighter, but this great skills that guys are talking about, he backed up the same exact way the whole entire fight. He literally backed up in a straight line. If Edwin, forget his name, all right, Dos Santos, if his ass would have threw at least, if he would have threw and threw at least, even if he didn't miss, even if he missed, if he'd have thrown like 3-punch combinations at least two times each round, he would have won the fight. I mean, the judges had it close, and I'm saying that because of the lack of activity of Shakur, and it shows that Shakur has a lack of skill set somewhere in his defensive repertoire to not avoid a big punch, because he literally backed up and ran the whole fight. And I'm gonna tell you something, Shakur did not do himself any favors. not only with the fight, but also him sitting up here saying, I apologize to his idols, Ward and Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford. Those guys are power number one fighters. And they never, as boring as some of the Ward fights could have been, which, you know, it is what it is. And some of Floyd's fights, they never fought like that before. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not like that, not to that extent. And I'm going to say, not even Baltimore was that bad. You understand? Right. And even with that, you know what I'm saying? They actually dealt with power punches in the pocket and actually stopped some of them. Yeah. And let me just make one more point as far as what we need to do with the stalling bullshit, because this shit is a new phenomenon. I would say since the late 2000s, going in the early 2010s, where referees would just break guys up and then separate them all the way across the ring, and, you know, letting guys hold and no clinch activity at all. Very few referees do that, you know. But to get rid of the stalling, and I've said this many times before, go watch ONE FC. You know what I'm saying? Any one of those fights that they have, whether it be Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, submission grappling, if motherfuckers are stalling, they will card the fuck out of them. You know what I'm saying? And take 10% of their purse. You know, and you know why that needs to happen in boxing? Because boxing, of any of the combat sports I've seen, all right, has the most. There's certain guys that stall the most just to get the win. And this is not the type of sport where you have people come up to pay and pay, you know, hotel tickets, seats, and, you know, driving mileages. If you put on a performance like that, you need to be carded you need to forfeit at least 10 or 20% of your purse, because you're wasting the promoter's time, the TV time, and the fans that watch you at home and in the venue's time doing that shit. That's all I got to say.
What's going on, Bruce Goss?
Oh, I was on mute, D-Style. Would you put me on mute? I wasn't going to talk over anybody, bro. How you doing, man?
No, because TBH has that. He gets like an echo.
He's got that Obama phone. He's got to put his earplugs in on that one, man.
Yeah, probably. How's it going, man? Did you get put to sleep early last night or what?
Where do we start, bro? I mean, the whole week, this has probably been the most exciting week in boxing in years, bro. I mean, really. I mean, we had the announcement from Saudi Arabia. We had the fucking heavyweight unification fight coming up. And then we have Thursday night fights, 2 world title fights on a Thursday night, bro. That takes me back to the freaking 80s and the 70s, man. And this is what boxing's all about, to really get it. It needs new roots. It's got to be reborn. And this almost seems like the rebirth of boxing. Shakur could have been the hero of the night, bro. The eyes were watching him, man, and he stunk the joint out. I was doing a live on it myself. I was calling the fight 5.5, 6 hour live, and bro, I mean, man, I was ready to shut it down before the bell rang for the 12th round. And the funny thing was, I saw this coming. I was on Renee Box Young's panel about a week ago, and he asked me to predict this fight, and I said I think it's going to be a stinker, bro. I think Shakur is gonna just It was what it was. It was what I saw it was. I think De Los Santos, he was a stationary target. Shakur could have turned it up a notch. He could have stole the show. He could have cemented himself as a top 135 pounder. But nope. I mean, once again, boxing has what could have been a perfect few days with the flow, because I mean, we saw Navarette. That was with Crescencio. That was a very entertaining fight. Crescencio fought like we've never seen him fight, and I mean, Navarette, what we expected. But I mean, dude, this is boxing. I expect nothing anymore. But I was on a high. I mean, the whole last several days is really charging me up. And then this last night, stick a pin in the balloon. Psst, there we go.
Yeah, you know, if there's any silver lining or whatever from that, it was a Navarette Conceicao fight. I think Conceicao learned from that Valdez fight, and he kind of knew, okay, I got to engage more here, and he did. I think that found him success. And look, he didn't look good walking back to his corner in the 11th. But you know what he did? He found he found some heart, bro. Like he found it in him to he won on all three judges' scorecards, and that ended up being a draw, right?
Mhm.
So it's like to me that was like a big deal. Like I think Consecal, like he would have lost if he would have just given up in that 12th, but he didn't. So, but we saw like a great fight, and then it was followed up by like a stinker, right? And
I mean,
it is what it is, right? But man, this was horrible, bro. Like this was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. This was as bad, if not worse, than Bragama versus Klitschko.
well, it did break a record with punch stats, the lowest combination of punches in a championship fight, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can say we saw something, but man, it really did it. It really stunk out what was a really a very almost it was an event. We got the Grand Prix running around Las Vegas. I mean, the only thing that ruined it was the fight, and both of them, man. You know, Edwin, he should have seen that Shakur wasn't the Shakur that he was expecting. He should have turned it up a notch. He's got a chance to become a champion.
They were both.
I think that was
both
young.
of them, for sure.
To me, the Edwin not turning up.
I'm not done, Anthony. Hang on a second. Let me
sorry.
finish this and I'll get out of here, bro. Because when you get old like me, you lose your train of thought when somebody interrupts you, bro. So if you don't mind. But anyway, bro, that was the only thing that ruined the night, man. You know, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about all the good that happened in boxing this week. We're talking about the stinking fight. And like I said, De Los Santos, he could have made the day. He could have turned it up. He saw Shakur wasn't the Shakur that he was expecting. He should have taken some chances. They were fainting with each other. I mean, it was ridiculous. 8 punches thrown per round combined. I mean, come on, these Styles, man. We've seen some stinkers in our day, but this one we're going to be talking about this for a while until Shakur Stevens really gets back that reputation or that fledgling reputation that he was working on. All right, brother.
For sure. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hang on here, man. I'll see you, man.
All right, brother.
Hey Bruce. Oh no, the De Los Santos thing. What you guys said to me, for him not stepping on the gas, I kind of I think the lack of experience in big fights actually showed with him not stepping on the gas when he saw that Shakur wasn't the same Shakur in this fight and stuff like that. The lack of experience in those big moments and the young age caused him to not to take advantage of that situation. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course. It was his first 12-round fight. He's fighting someone who's been a 2-division champion. So yeah, of course. There's definitely also the amateur.
There's no excuse for Shakur, though. Like,
what was that?
There's no excuse for Shakur not showing up, though.
Let me get you guys' opinion on this. So, look, let me just say this. Is cutting off the ring in boxing a thing? Yes, it is. But one, it's not what people think it is. It doesn't mean you need to go catch the opponent and make them fight. That's not what cutting off the ring means. But nonetheless, what do you make of like when a fighter like Shakur sinks up the joint? There's a segment of boxing fans that blame the other fight. They put all the blame on the other fighter, and they say, "Well, he should have cut off the ring. Since he didn't cut off the ring, it's his fault." Anthony, what's your opinion about that?
No, for me, how am I gonna say it? It's like, I'm a Shakur fan. Him not showing up, there's no excuse for him not. Like, I don't think it was Edwin not cutting off the ring. Like I said earlier, it's a lack of experience of not taking advantage of those situations, like that situation. To be honest, like Shakur, like I don't think Shakur was running, and I don't think like the lack of experience hurt Edwin. That's my main point. Like Edwin's lack of experience in a 12-round fight hurt him in this fight. He didn't know how to he didn't cut off. I agree. He didn't cut off the ring properly. He was cutting off the ring, but he was cutting it off going backwards instead of going forward instead of going side to how Shakur moves side to side, not back and forth. normally when he's employs his defense. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I don't even think this was an issue of keeping up. Like, I felt that Los Santos was able to keep. I was kind of surprised, actually, how he was able to keep up with Shakur's footwork. The problem is, well, I mean, either way, but what was strange is how the Los Santos, like, because you said earlier, TBH, like, he should have thrown more. He might have won the fight, and I agree. Like, he should have thrown more. But what happens, he would, like, smother his work, and then Shakur would hold him. And unfortunately, in boxing, we can't make up our minds because every ref is different on what we do when there's holding, right? So some refs break it up right away, and we start from the outside. Some refs do let guys work on the inside, but it was obvious that this ref was not going to let De Los Santos do anything when they're in the clinch, period. Like as soon as there's the clinch, like, so for everybody acting like, oh, this was a product of De Los Santos not being able to catch up to Shakur. Remember that when you would catch up to him, Shakur would just grab him like a fucking octopus, and the ref would break it up immediately. So I don't understand what they want a guy to do in a situation like that. Let me bring on Big Kangaroo Boxing. How's it going? Can't hear you.
And D-Style, could I bring up something?
Can I say something real quick? My bad. So I just want to say this. So apparently they're saying that Shakur had an injured left hand, right? But here's the problem though, right? I mean, did Hopkins make that excuse when he busted his shoulder mid-fight against Antoine Eccles and had to box with literally one arm? Guys talking about one hand. He boxed with one arm and knocked that dude out with one arm. You know, you understand? Like, and guys break their hands all the time in boxing. This is nothing new. And and my thing is with Santos, right? I mean, he's a pretty good athlete, explosive, and definitely has power and counterpunching ability. I mean, he made Shakur not look that good either. They both didn't really look all that good. It wasn't no defensive mastery, by the way, but it's just style. That's the styles that it came with. But here's my issue. When it comes to this whole cutting the ring off thing. And I heard Timothy Bradley make an idiotic comment. And by the way, that I'm not gonna lie, that commentary was horrendous, by the way. But he made the comment saying, well, guys talking about his running. Well, that's the reason why you put him in the ring. That's why they have the ring. So guys are engaging. Like, bro, when you can't make a guy come to you, if he's literally running, it's literally hard. It's literally hard unless he tires out. You understand, to actually get him near to you so you can land some meaningful shots, especially if he pulls back every fucking time, like he disengages with you. You understand? Like, cutting the ring off is literally, cutting off parts of the ring so someone can't circle out of the back door. That's pretty much what it is. So, I don't know, man. This shit is, like, to me, guys that do shit like that, like, I don't see them winning rounds. I scored 10-10 rounds each, several times in some of that fight. So I had it barely for Shakur, but it could have been a draw, man. Honestly, 16-14 Shakur.
I had it 7-5 Shakur.
Yeah. So
what's going on, Big Kangaroo Boxing?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. How you going?
How's it going, man? How'd you see the fight?
Oh, I thought it was terrible, man. I think the Navarette Robson fight was good. I think, that was a hard act to follow. I just think that's just the Shakur that we've just become, like, people, if they like the sweet science, man, they can have it. To me, that shit ain't bringing people in, man. Like, the same weekend of this fight, they've been talking up this Formula One in America, right? So if you want to bring a new audience to boxing, say some Formula One fans, you don't want Shakur headlining the card. I'm sorry, he's not exciting enough. I think Navarette is exciting. I think Robson can say how exciting. And that was war. That was an absolute war. That was a beautiful fight. That was a great fight. And I'm happy with the draw, man. I think people saying, this guy got robbed, that guy got robbed. I think that was a beautiful fight, man. And I'm happy with the draw. Run it back. That's what I love. Let's get a clear winner. I think it was a great fight, man. I don't know, man. I'm not big on Shakur. I don't know. Or Devin. I find the jab and retreat really boring. Really boring.
Terrible fight. We're gonna say, Anthony.
For me, I disagree with the draw because I rewatched the fight after today, and I had Navarette winning that fight 7-5. I didn't see it a draw. I saw Navarette doing more effective. He had the more effective moments in that fight. To be honest, like with his power punching and stuff like that. Robinson did well, but I felt Navarette had the more not conducive, the more effective power punch. Not effective. What is the term they usually use for the more effective pressure? He had more effective
aggressiveness.
Yeah. To be honest, I had Navarette. It's not me liking Navarette too much. I just saw the fight. I saw Navarette winning that fight.
I don't disagree with you. I actually did score for. I had it 6 rounds apiece, but the 2 knockdowns obviously I have Navarette winning.
That's what I had because of the knockdown. That's why I had it 7-5 because of the knockdown.
But you know what, man? But I'm not angry at the fight because Robson was banking rounds early. Robson was banking them rounds, and then he got dropped. And I thought, here we go. And then he got dropped again, and I'm thinking, this is a great fucking fight. This is an absolute banger.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I thought, and I don't know if I heard some Canelo chants in the fight. I don't know where there was. Okay.
Why were they cheering Canelo? Was he in the ring? In the stadium? Was Canelo in the stadium? Is that why they were cheering it?
No, but I heard some Canelo chants. But I thought I was the only one that heard them. But here's the thing with that fight though, and this just shows you, man, them unorthodox fighters like Navarette. Unorthodox as you are, what I'm saying, as sporadic as you can be, which can be very confusing. It does not, it still does not negate someone who has really sharp, not only technique, but just not only just technique and IQ, but really sharp, ring generalship and presence. You know what I'm saying? In having the polishedness of his craft, especially coming out of the Olympics, that. A lot of the stuff that Navarette does to confuse guys. It didn't confuse Clinching, and he was able to he outboxed him. It's just that on the scorecards, because Navarette may have won 1 round plus the 2 knockdowns, that probably was the reason why it became a majority draw. But Clinching, man, had he not have been dropped 1 time, he would have won the fight easily.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It was similar to people forgot about this fight, but Ruben Villa actually won a lot of rounds against Navarette, but he was also knocked down twice, or more than one, probably more twice. But
Navarrette's fight with Liam Wilson, when Liam Wilson took that fight on 2 weeks or 3 weeks notice, and he stepped in for Oscar Valdez, I thought straight when he dropped Navarrete, I thought, this guy's got holes in his game. But then when you watch how the guy throws uppercuts as he's jumping to the left or to the right. It's not a style that anyone's familiar with, and you think, he's open for shots. Yeah, he's open for shots, man, but the dude can take a shot.
Can't agree with it. This is why I always compare. When I look at, I've always said this, and BH has been on other panels with me when I say this with Navarette. For me, he fights the same way as Maidana. That same awkwardness and effective. He has effective awkwardness. He doesn't have awkwardness just to be awkward. Is effective. Is there
exactly.
such thing as...
Rolly Romero is retarded awkward. That dude is...
Yeah, no, Navarette... Let me say something about Navarette. The difference between what you call it in Marcos Maidana is more compact, and he will come with his head forward. But Navarrete uses weird lateral movement. You know, a lead uppercut, and he has a lot more range in his height, and he's a little taller. He's like a long, rangy, tall Tasmanian devil type
but
of dude.
he also, like, the thing with Navarrete is that I see this guy with both feet off the canvas, like,
and he still hits through
sideways, hitting a dude with an upper. Like, what are you like? You shouldn't do that, but he does it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh, I have a better comparison. I have a better comparison, actually. Not Maidana, Esteban de Jesus. That's what I meant to say. He reminds me a little bit of Esteban. Esteban had that, like, I read an interview with Roberto Duran. The first fight, he said he couldn't time his punches correctly. Like, is there really a way you can train for a fighter like Navarrete? Like, is there a fighter?
Not really. Got to watch film on him, I guess.
No. Like, is there someone you can bring in to copy that style like that?
I don't think you can. No.
How do you train? How do you go into camp for Navarrete? How do you have fit sparring partners for a guy like Navarrete, mate? Like, the dude is just awkward as hell. He's big. He's got power. He's always coming forward. He is just a pressure fighter, man. And he throws punches in bunches. And you know what? That's the fucking style I love. And thank God that fight was on, man, because we might have picked up a couple of thousand Formula One fans, but geez, we lost a few with Shakur, man. We lost a few because
and it wasn't just that fight, by the way. That Norman was it Randolph fight was terrible too. It was atrocious fight.
Yeah, and
it's got a good draw card. You know, to bring in the casual, I don't know, man. We're trying to save the sport. You know, PBC with Showtime going out the door, and we're trying to put something on display for a new audience, man. I just think we just need more bangers. Like, thank God for the Mexican and the Brazilian. That's all I got to say.
See, and I said this before the fight happened, D-Style and Kangaroo and BH, that when I look at Navarrete, he has this ability like a David Benavidez, where they're not just having high punch output for the sake of it. It's effective high punch output. They're not just throwing it to throw it. I
agree.
Like, why is it that people say David's not effective with his high punch output? Or
he's undefeated, right? I mean,
no, like,
they can say what they want, but he's undefeated.
No, but that's why I'm asking why when they is it just people hating on David and Navarrete, or is it just that's an actual fair criticism that it's not effective?
Well, look, I don't care how great a fighter is or how much they prove. There's always going to be guys doubting them, questioning them. It's just the nature of the beast when it comes to boxing. I actually think the more critics you have, probably the greater of a fighter you are, quite frankly. But
that's why I'm saying that, and this is why I'm saying, like, for me, I don't think I'm saying this. Like, I thought I was wrong. I thought De Los Santos was going to win by TKO, but I'm sticking to the fact, and I'm planting my feet down. I think David Benavidez is going to dog walk Andrade. I don't think Andrade has a chance in this fight, really. I do not think he has enough power, respectable power, to keep David off of him. Do you guys agree, BH? And do you guys agree?
I mean,
I think Andrade's going to come. Andrade likes to start quick. I think he's going to start early, and I think he's going to try and get some respect off Benavidez, which I don't think he's going to do. And I think Benavidez is going to wear it down. I think Benavidez is just going to wear him down with volume and just doing what David does, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I think that Andrade has a 76-inch reach.
Yeah.
To something like that. He needs to stay on the outside, use that jab.
He's
and
like
he does
Terrence
need
Crawford. He's like him and Terrence are like that. Like they're short fighters, but they have a crazy long reach.
I don't know if they're not sure. Well, what's the name? Not sure, man. He's 6'1", but Andrade, I'm gonna say this about Andrade. I mean, I think that he has decent pop. He's just not a finisher. I think he can get the respect of Benavidez because I think Benavidez, he's a tough guy, right? He has the hand speed, he has the punching power and the volume. But one thing I think if Andrade uses the jab, establishes the range, and he does land a clean clean left hand, and use angles and definitely not move around too much because if you can get tired out like that. But I'm saying like in spurts, because if what Caleb Plant did show is that Benavidez's balance of footwork is not there, man. And I think that's going to be something that he's going to have to deal with his entire career. So I think that overall, if you ask me overall, I think that that's what he needs to establish in the first 3-4 rounds. If he's able to do that, then he can dictate the pace of the fight and make Benavidez work even extra harder for the fight. You know what I'm saying? That might be his advantage.
The lack of for me, the inactivity is what worries me with like the last for Andrade. When was his last fight?
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so it's almost a year.
No. He fought Damon Nicholson.
That was last year. Last year in December.
Oh, no.
So it's been less than a rolling year. So
yeah. No, and the older
11
you get,
months.
yeah. To me, the older you get, the more inactivity affects you. Do you guys agree?
Depends.
I mean, the more your bones and your ligaments get the rest, man. That's how I look at it.
Go ahead, Kangaroo.
I think if you fight 2 and 3 times a year, man, I think camps are real easy at any age. But I think as you get older, I think Tony hit the nail on the head. I think you've got to stay in shape, and you've got to stay active, man. Fighting once a year takes it up the arse. It sucks. Yep. And thank God I follow a guy like fucking Tim Tszyu. Because I like how the guy is that active, man. He might not be fighting the best opponents, but he's fighting whatever they put in front of him.
So I want to ask, let me ask you this. This goes to Big Kangaroo, because I already asked these guys. Well, what do you think of the whole, every time there's a boring fight, there's some boxing fans that blame the guy that couldn't cut off the ring. Like, what's your opinion about that?
Well, cutting off the ring is a few things, right? I think cutting off the ring has been able to, when someone's retreating, get them in a corner and finish them. Like Navarette in a way did the Butler. Like what generational talent does is get them in a corner and that's cutting the ring off. And that's giving them no option but to stand there and fight. And then take them off their game. But I don't just blame the guy for not cutting the ring off. I mean, there's 2 in there. If that guy can't cut the ring off and the other guy's that great, then why can't he finish that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why does he have to retreat? Because what did he taste some power that he didn't like and doesn't want any more of it?
Yeah, I guess for me, I just don't like the idea that one guy couldn't avoid engagement and then everyone blames the guy that's trying to chase him and make him fight. You know, like that is my main issue with when people bring it up and say, well, he didn't cut off the ring. So that's why the fight was what it was. De Los Santos should have cut off the ring on him and made him fight. I mean, what are we doing here? I think both participants should be engaging, both of them, not just one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think people confuse engagement with trading or not being defensive or no, engagement does not mean that, right? It doesn't mean just go in there and just slug it out, God Ward style, like, you know what I mean? But it does mean you don't avoid the engagement. It does mean that you got to get in the pocket. You got to throw punches. Don't hold or don't stall the action. Like that's the way I see it.
Yeah, no, and that's what pissed me off about that too. That narrative that's going around that they're blaming De Los Santos for not engaging when he got into the inside, Shakur would tie him up. What and the referee would just let like the referee would let Shakur get away with that. He wouldn't, like, no, wait, was it, did he let Shakur get away with it, or when De Los Santos was trying to do the inside work, he would push them off each other? D-style. I couldn't really tell what the referee was doing.
Specifically, I do remember the whole, especially in the second half of the fight. And my issue with holding is the following. So I think the sport of boxing needs to make up its mind. Like, it's all ref's discretion, and almost every ref does it differently. So in fairness, the refs do usually explain to the fighters in the dressing room how they handle holding, right? Along with other things. Okay, but I just don't like the idea that a guy could do unlimited holding
and not get penalized.
Just for the purpose of having the ref break it up right away. Because at that point, okay, so if you have two fighters, right, you have an outboxer, you have a guy that's trying to close distance, right? The outboxer has the advantage from the outside. When this guy finally closes distance, if all the outboxer has to do is hold him right away like an octopus, and then the ref immediately breaks it up and restarts him again from the outside, right? You get what we got on Thursday. That's what happens. If the fighter understands that, look, if I initiate this hold, that guy's allowed to hit me with his free arm. That guy, the refs can allow him to wrestle me on the inside with the arms and clinch fight him, and maybe I don't want to do that. What is that?
Oh, at least you're open to rabbit punches. I mean, they both got pulled up for a rabbit punch yesterday. You know, like,
yeah, they were both actually. I did see that. Yes.
See, and this is where I kind of blame the referee. And did this referee have any experience in championship fights? Is my question. Do you think that's why he kept on breaking it up?
I'll be honest. I don't remember who the fuck was the ref. I don't like.
Was it Jack Reese? Was it Jack Reese?
No, I don't remember actually. To be honest with you, who the fuck the ref was? That's crazy. I don't remember the ref was.
Yeah,
he
no.
looked like a young Kenny Bayless.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. If it's a young kid who doesn't have that's why that's probably happening.
No, but the thing is, bro, it happens 20 weeks. Let Norman hold all fucking night in their fight. Norman was holding, pushing the guy against the ropes, and waiting for weeks to break it up. And there was never a warning. Nothing was done about it. The fight stunk, right? It was a boring ass fight. I had Norman in a parlay, and I wanted him to get knocked the fuck out. That's how annoyed I was, right? So like, if you're willing to lose a bet because the dude's annoying the shit out of you, that says something. But I just don't like that. There's no like. I don't like it. Like, I don't want to see it.
No, that's why I'm saying I kind of wish a guy like Jack Reese was. Jack Reese is more like, when I look at the reason why I bring up Jack Reese is because when you look at the championship fights, he's refereed. You don't hear about him like you're hearing about this young kid, this referee or Tony Weeks. Because he actually lets the fighters fight. He does. If he sees a fighter always, what's it called, tingling up, he pushes. He actually allows the inside fighter to fight out of it and stuff like that, and not separate them and have the guy who uses his reach all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with you. I mean, I see what you're saying, and maybe it would have been a different fight if he was allowed to work on the inside, right? But the sport doesn't make a fucking decision on what it wants because every ref is different.
Yeah,
you know
and,
what I mean?
and the narrative that De Los Santos wasn't engaging enough. Like, what do you expect him to do when the referee's pushing him up, not allowing him to work on the inside? Well, then they say it's his fault for not engaging. When it was Shakur tying him up and then the referee breaking it up and not allowing De Los Santos to work on the inside. Like, What do you expect De Los Santos to do? Like, realistically.
So what do you guys think? Big Kangaroo, what do you think, brother, before I wrap this one up?
So what, mate? Sorry?
You have any? I'm gonna wrap it up in a little bit, brother. So you have any final thoughts? And by the way, thanks for coming on. By the way, good to have you on.
No worries, mate. I'll anytime you got a panel open, bro, I'll jump on. But yeah, no, look, I just find Shakur boring, find Devin Haney boring. I'm not interested in that style of fight. The fight sucked. Thank God for Navarette and Robson. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
There we go. Let me ask you this, since you're on really quick. I know Nikita Zoo's fighting in a couple days. I know nothing about his opponent. I just know he's the Australian champion, and I've heard it's a very dangerous fight. Is it a dangerous fight, and who do you think's going to win?
Yeah, it is, mate. Dylan Biggs is the guy. He's the opponent. He's the Australian champ. And mate, this is a really good fight. This is probably a bit early for Nikita, but yeah, man, he wants it. He wants it. So he wants that title, and I think he's going to move a little bit different to his brother, old Nikita. I think he's going to move a little bit different. But yeah, man, it's a really tough fight. I can't wait. It's a great Aussie fight, man. One of the best Aussie fights of the year.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I could watch it over here. Like, No Limit doesn't have a broadcasting deal in the U.S. I wish they had. Like, I know. Is it Tasman Sport? I don't remember. I forget the name of the promotional company over there.
No Limit.
No, that's No Limit. But who's their competitor? What's her name? The ones with open time?
That Tasman?
Tasman. There we go. Like, they have a deal with the Zone, so when they have fights, we could see them on the Zone.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping, like, the downside of Tim being with Showtime was that it was only a deal with Tim. It was not a deal with No Limit, right?
That's right.
So anytime No Limit has a card, we wouldn't get it on Showtime. So hopefully now, like, I'm just hoping they sign with the Zone or ESPN Plus, so we get all the No Limit cards and watch the Flames and all that shit. You know?
Yeah, see, we got to watch it on a streaming app. We've got an app called KO, KAYO.
Okay.
And we've got to watch it on a streaming app. So, and then it's pay-per-view as well. Like, believe it or not, this fight, man, everything in Australia is pay-per-view. We just get bet over. This is $50 to watch Nikita fight for the Australian title. It's $50.
$60. He's already a pay-per-view guy over there.
Subscription. Yeah. Man, this is his second card. He's headline. So and the dude's had 7 fights. This is how hungry Australia is for boxing, man.
Well, it is what it is, right?
Like,
yeah. So, well,
it, man, if you want to watch it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, brother.
It is definitely a fight you want to watch, bro.
Sounds good. I'll definitely be tuning in. Have a good one, brother.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good weekend. Peace.
You too. All right. Hey, guys. For those that just came in, I kind of give my thoughts at the very beginning of the video. Go back, watch the beginning of the video. Moral of the story, if a fight is not engaging, it's not up to his opponent to make him fight. Like I don't know who the fuck came up with that whole thing. Well, he should have cut out the ring. It's his fault for not cutting. Like, I am sick and tired of hearing that shit. I remember Ryan Garcia won every round against I forget the name of the opponent. Tago, I think his name was. Like, Ryan won every round, and they were blaming, oh, Ryan should have cut out the ring. Yeah, Tago was running, but he should have cut out the ring. Like, why? What the fuck are y'all talking about? For what? And again, this is not, and I want to make sure people understand, this is not about fighting on the back foot. This is not about, being a counterpuncher. And avoiding engagement is a completely different thing to defense. All right? Boxing needs an engagement rule or rules against stalling, just like NCAA wrestling did. Basketball, okay, to deal with a four corners offense, came up with the shot clock. We just need rules. Like baseball, they have a timer on the pitchers now. We got to speed it up. We got to make them we got to get with the times. That's it. This become a pot shotting era. We have a style of fighting that's being exploiting the current structure of the sport, and it's resulting in fights like that, and resulting in fans that justify crap like that. But that's what that was. That was crap. I don't care if Shakur doesn't like hearing that, and like if he wants to say, well, don't watch me, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, be careful what you wish for, because you want people to watch you. That's how you're gonna make money, right? Like, you don't make money if nobody watches you. So Chartu Pachuco, the point made earlier about 1FC refereeing exactly what needed in boxing. The 1FC fights are great. I don't think I've ever seen a boring 1FC fight. I'm not familiar with 1FC. I should probably watch that. Maybe it's a model we could look at. So I'm not going to endorse or say no, but I got to watch it. But we need something. We need fighters to be told, yo, fight. Hey, you've been holding every fucking round already. Cut it out. I'm going to take a point. And it has to be done often. Not an entire fight where there's literally no warnings given. This is insane, bro. I watched Vladimir Klitschko jump on the back and hold Povetkin. And I have a video. It's actually still up. There was a round with that motherfucker. If I remember correctly, he held Povetkin 30 times in a round. And the ref didn't warn him. And this complaint has to be across the board in every division, right? With every nationality of fighter, every race of fighter. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see that crap. Okay? I don't want to see it. It is not exciting. Okay? It's not sweet science. We need to make the sport should be geared towards the fight, okay? We shouldn't make it hard, like easier to avoid engagement. It's like getting rid of the dribble in basketball. Well, that's smart. He don't have to dribble it. Why would he dribble it? It's on you. Go take the ball away from him. Like, I mean, what are we doing? Right? At the end of the day, that's all I have to say. Chavez Senior had a great leaping hook versus movers. Maybe modern boxers should try that. Look, I understand that there's ways you fight out boxers. I understand fighting out boxers means you got to invest in cutting off the ring on them, make the ring smaller on them. But people think it means like people literally think cutting off the ring means like finding a shorter pathway and cutting off the direction your opponent's going to, and you're going to run into them, and then you're going to make them fight. Like that's how what cut off the ring is. And I have I think people think it's that. Anyway, I don't want to sound redundant. I've given my thoughts. If you just came in, go to the beginning of the video, watch the whole thing. Okay. Remember, we need to talk about engagement in boxing. And when somebody tells you, well, you rock him, sock him, what do you want him to train and fight dumb? No, nobody said that. That's not what anybody's saying at all, right? We don't want him to fight dumb. We want him to fight, right? I mean, if you're avoiding engagement, you might as well just not be a fighter. That's the best defense of all, right? Just stay out of the ring. Don't pick boxing as a profession, right? That is as safe as it gets. You win every round if you don't fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't understand what the hell we're doing. Okay. And I don't think Chulo Chavez invented the Superman punch, Pachuco, but that does sound funny though. I can't stop laughing every time I see the Mayweather knockout. Yes, indeed. A lot more that I could say, but I'm gonna leave it at that. This is D-Style Boxing. Little Penny just came in. I don't agree with Whitaker at all. Whitaker was great to watch. Maybe not all his fights, but he never had a fight like this. I'll tell you that. That's all I got to say. This is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out of here. Peace.